What's up everyone, in this quick video I want to talk about the edge extrusion method that I have been using quite a bit recently, and how can you wrap this logic around the HDA in like 5 minutes. So the most basic idea of this logic is that we want to extrude our edges without introducing any new edge groups or any new polygons. So by default, if you think about, you put down like a if you put down poly extrude node and you have your group set up, if you, let's say, I have one offset group and basically these three edges, if I go ahead and say extrude, you can see it's going to introduce a bunch of new groups. It's going to start copying these groups again like this, and basically all of our groups are now useless. We can group them like this, then we can start to dissolve the new groups, and that actually is quite a messy process of you basically cleaning up the geometry if you do not want to new polygons, you just want to offset your edges. So the offsetting is actually very powerful for something like when you want to create something like this idea of something like a wood structure where you would have your base. In this case, this could be like a porch, and the porch would be made out of beams. And you think about it, they would be connected on something like this, where you basically they would connect it. This would be called, I guess, if you take a look at the internet, it would be called like a butt joint, where the one piece ends, you start like here. So this would be like a butt end joint, and you can and we can easily recreate it with this ability to offset our edges without introducing new edge groups. So this is how I'm using this method. Ability to offset these edges. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Before the actual logic, what I have here, I have my offset group 1 and my offset group 2. So you can see I have three edges that do not connect to each other, and then the other one, the rest of them. And the edge extend group is very simple. It basically requires for you to, in the HDA that I have wrapped it around, it just requires you to give a group and the amount of offset you want to give it. In this case, I'm actually referencing the main extrusion amount. What's cool about this is that once you have your amount that you want to extrude by, you can go ahead and extrude it as much as you want, and all the values, as long as they are referenced, you can just go ahead and offset it as much as you want. And if you take a look at what the HDA is actually doing, it's very simple. Let me go ahead and put this distance to 0. We just give it an edge group that we want to offset, and then the offset amount. And you can see we are not introducing any new attributes or any new edge groups or anything. We're just offsetting it, and that's it. And this is good time to take a look at the under the hood, what this HDA actually does. So let's go ahead and let's go inside it, and it's very simple. So first of all, we want to give our points a unique identifier before anything that we do inside the HDA. Very basically going to extrude it. Because extrusion is going to introduce new point, we want to basically save our original point numbers on this geometry and then also on the extruded geometry. So the easiest way for you to do it is just go ahead and put down a wrangle node and say that underscore ID equals at ptnum. So that means that we have now new point attribute underscore ID that's going to reference the point number of the input geometry. And the underscore is just to make sure that we do not interfere with attributes that already might be on the geometry that is coming inside this inside this HDA. So we have saved our point attribute, point numbers on geometry. Now I want to go ahead and extrude it. And these two attributes, these two parameters has been promoted to the HDA. It's very simple HDA, just two parameters has been promoted. And what it does, it just offsets the edges. And basically, there's nothing special about this extrude, but the cool part about this, for the new extrusion of the points, it's actually going to carry over the original ID number of the point that the extrusion comes from. And this is basically where the magic comes from. We can then get only the new points that we have extruded and then reference these points on original geometry. And that's basically the trick, is to discard any of these extrusions. Don't even touch this geometry, don't try to clean this geometry, just reference the new points from the wrangle on the original geometry, and that's basically it. And then just clean it up and that's it. So this is the whole trick. And the trick is basically just the 3 lines of codes inside the vex. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we extrude it. We also create our temporary edge group, which is called extrude. So this is going to be an edge group. So what we want to do is go ahead and promote it from the edge group to the points, so that now we have our point group, which is these new extruded edge points. Then you want to go ahead and say extract all points from the geometry, and then delete all the points that are not inside our extrude point group that we just promoted from our edge group. And basically that's it. We have our points that we want to go ahead and reference. And inside this wrangle, it's very simple. So what we are doing, so inside our wrangle, we still have our ID points. So we still have our ID attribute that we operate over these points, and we have our ID attribute also on only the point that has been offsetted by the edge group. And inside here, what we have to do, we have to find attribute value. So we are referencing our input 2. We know that it's a point attribute, and then we reference the attribute value that we want to find, and that is the ID. And the value that we want to find inside the ID attribute is our point number, because our ID is our point number, and that's pretty straightforward. And if we have found this value, so that means that the value of this function is going to be the point number on this geometry that has the value of our point number on the ID attribute. It's a little complicated, but it makes sense. And if it is, that means that it's okay. It is bigger or equal 0. And if it is, that means that this point attribute has been found. And then we can just go ahead and say our position is going to be our point, and then we want to sample the position of this point. Position attribute, and the point number that we want to sample it is from the point finding of the point attribute value, basically the snap point of this geometry. And you can see if we go ahead and enable it and disable it, we have now offset our edges with these without touching or any extrusion of these edges. And the only thing that we have to do now is clean up our geometry. The thing that I want to do is put down a clean node and remove the ID attribute that we created inside here. And in this case, I'm actually also removing the group attribute, which actually we do not have to do because the extrusion actually is done on the other side of the network. So this actually doesn't even need. We just need to remove the ID attribute. And that's basically it. So now we have our HD, we have packaged up inside HD, so that's really nice. So the idea for this network to create these kind of a butt joints are actually very simple. So first of all, one thing that I noticed, we have to offset all of our edges inside to start working with these kind of to recreate this kind of effect. So what we have to do is, in this case, I actually have, since I have these two groups, I have offset and offset rest. We have to offset them both by the amount of the thickness of our beams. In this case, actually, I tested out whether these kind of two groups would work with this offset tool, and it seems to work just fine. So we see that we are now shrinking our geometry. Let me go ahead and take a look at these edge groups. We are shrinking our geometry by the beam thickness amount. And then we are using a poly extrude node, in this case just a regular poly extrude, and we are offsetting the rest of the geometry and then blast it like this. We have now our first part of the geometry, and for the second part we have our original geometry, and then we extrude it again and then blast it. And then when you merge this all together, you get this kind of effect where we get these kind of butt joints for the geometry. And that's basically it. You just go ahead and extrude it, and then you can also, in this case, I'm just using kind of like this poly split node to recreate like boards for something like a porch and bevel it a bit. And that's it for this kind of a very simple geometry, but this kind of a method is very powerful. I have been using it a bunch of times for something like roofs. When you want to offset your roof, it's actually really nice, and actually the wrapping around the HDA is actually going to save a lot of time for me in the future also. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this useful, and see you next time.